Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna to check the sound. Believe it's alright. So I'm feeling, I'm feeling a bit better. I'm still coughing all the time, so it's like it's really very unpleasant, but also it's more or less nice. So let me just try to stream. I'll even plug my earphones out. Why should I? Maybe for some of the SFX, I don't like to have headphones inside. Okay, I'll plug just one. So I collected a Noxious deck by Noxious, which is called Next Monoblue Slip. Nope. Which is called Tempo Monoblue. The issue is that I don't have yet all the cards, so I'm going to rename a bit of it. This, I don't know where to. It's so weird. I'm telling it cancel. So why does it ask me to cancel something if I have an option to cancel? So now let me just delete this guy, which I obviously. It was a monoblue sleep mail. Oh my god, no, it's not the thing that I wanted to delete, but okay. Noxious, Ravnica, a Legends monoblue temple. So let me alter its name, and also I redeemed some cards, some wild cards. I don't have no packs, but I redeemed some wild cards, and I can try to enter my first, dive down, essence capture, and 2 surge mages. So what can I put here inside instead of them? Like, what was it? Dive down, rescue, sea legs. Oh, I don't know. Disperse. I don't know. Maybe some essence scatters. I don't know. Why not? To my sideboard. So this is my altered version, and the point is that I'm going to enter to the traditional event for the first time in my life, and once again this is going to be like something unexpected, something I'm not prepared for, because when I'm watching Noxious, oh my god, he's so cool. And he like alters his deck in between the rounds. I'm afraid that I won't be able to do this, and I have a moderate success with this updated version of the monoblue. Honestly, monoblue is like the only deck I've been thriving upon in putting my way as far as into the platinum, like 4th tier, maybe the weakest tier of the platinum. But anyway, post-mage. Kudos. Anyway, oops, I have no lands. We shall mulligan. At least this is an easy decision to take, but here I have nothing to start from. I'm gonna have one. I guess I'd better keep this thing because I have one scry, and I can scry Tempest Gen out of it because, well, I have nothing to start from, and this is precisely a situation that, like, Noxious himself told that I cannot play with it. And now you see, I still have nothing to do but I have like at least 3 islands, and maybe I can cancel out some of his spells with a spell pierce. So it's gonna be only if it's like something like charter course. Okay, I'm gonna cancel it out because, well, I have, or maybe this particular one I might have not been cancelling out, but the point is that he might have had some. I have no removal, so Benthic Biomancer anyway deserves to be placed now. I have no removals. You see, it's a bit of a weird starting hand. I don't think it's very good because I rely heavily on removals, and maybe now I can rely a little bit, play a little bit on the fact that he has those gates and he's a bit lazy, you know, using opts, etc, etc. Maybe his starting hand was not so good either. Anyway, now I have a retort, and also I can put it on my Biomancer in order to get an island. I think I'm hunting for islands actually. So let me start my hunt. I hope he won't use any kind of spells because I'd like to save this retort up for his move. I'm taking action. I have a trickster. I wonder if I'll use it anytime soon because I think it's time to put a retort in action. And the problem is that it's a kind of like, it might be not enough. Okay, I think it's gonna be enough because this Drake, I think I want to cancel it because, okay, he only has 1 mana, so he's going to use it on my Benthic Biomancer with some removal, but at first I don't want these guys to appear. They tend to grow, and okay, I have 1 Tempest Gene, and now, okay, 1 more Terramander. And he's going to, obviously, to transform him as soon as he has enough cards. Like, he has 2 cards now in his graveyard, and he's going to adapt. So I have to be, I don't know, I have to be fast or not. So, first, what should I do now? I'd like to maybe I have an opt instead of a curious obsession. I guess it's a bit more yes, I'm like risking on exchanging them, but I don't think it's a bad exchange because those guys can be adapted, and you see he probably agrees with me. He plans on looking forward on to adapt them. So should I use my opt or not? The only thing I have is a Morphle Trickster, so let's use an opt. Spell Pierce, well, I think that should do, and let me just waste some time and make a noodle. I think I don't have to exactly stop talking when I'm making noodles, so like I have the most popular in Russia noodles called doshirak. They are Korean, sort of a cult product. So that's how it looks like, and I'm gonna end turn. So let him think that I'm too stupid or too smart or just too shatu. Too bad a person, you know, that allows himself to do such things. Lava coil, okay, so you see, cannot cancel it. And it's so cheap. Okay, resolve. I'm going to exile it, and he's also 1 step closer into transforming those guys, but who the hell knows what does he have there? So he's risking just a little bit because maybe he has some removal, but well, in the case that he has such a removal, why am not I Why isn't it? Oh, okay. If it's just one spell removal, 1 mana removal. Okay, so I guess this was a little bit careless from his side. So okay, I need more islands, of course. So let's keep our Merfolk Trickster. So now the tempo is important. We can block with the Trickster, but we need more islands, and that's why we need a Curious Obsession. So to damage, take action. I guess he already has enough for the transformation. I guess so, because he has 5 here and 3 there. Maybe I should have stopped the transformation with the Merfolk Trickster. Maybe. Okay, so shall I stop it now? Because maybe he doesn't have any better place to spend his mana, so let me just use this guy. And whether he wants it or not, he's going to adapt, but at least I'm going to tap it down just for a while. And he doesn't untap now, so I have one more free pass with my Merfolk Trickster, and also Tempest Gene comes into play. So I have one Spell Pierce in my pocket, and I have an island, and I cannot put it because I have placed an island already. So now obviously I cannot block his guy, and I'm not going, or should I? Like he pays. Okay, I think I have to bet because opt is not something that definitely brings you Enigma Drake. Okay, so this is probably bad. So he's got a blocker now, and I don't have something like, I don't have something that can be so shall I lose my Curious Obsession or not? So anyway, he blocks it, and then I deal him like 5 damage. He can block this guy with the Enigma Drake and leave me with my Merfolk Trickster and his Terramander. So that's how it's gonna happen. So if I and also I have a block now. I have a block because he doesn't have. So I think I'd better just go on putting out stuff. More stuff, and okay, let me think. So he can block even like 2 Merfolk Tricksters with them and stay with 1 mana, but it's probably risky. So he's scared. Why is he scared? There is nothing to be scared of. No, I won't let you. But why? Why was it so scary? So now, if I attack, he's gonna. Can he leave just one damage? No, because he has to block somebody with the Tempest Gene. He's gonna block with the Enigma Drake, and then he blocks the second guy, and I leave him with 4. And well, maybe it's not so good for him, but I don't know. Next, give me more time. I don't have it. Next, and if I leave it as it is, then what am I accounting for? I don't care. Let's all attack. Well, maybe it's a bit a rushing decision, and it's clearly what he's going to do now. Of course not. That's not how he's gonna be blocking this thing. Yep, this is much more. Oh, is he gonna let me? Okay, so how much do I have? Okay, so this is. I think it's. I think it's weird. I think it was not a good decision at all. I want to draw a card, of course. Where is my card? You know, I have so little time that you see it didn't work all right. It didn't let me to. That's, by the way, the contents of it. So what am I doing? He has like a lot of red creatures and maybe a Surge Mare is not so good because they are flying, and maybe Essence Scatter is better, maybe. How much? Let me just check the browser. How much does that Drake thing cost? I believe it's like a crackling Drake and Enigma Drake. Are those two the names of them? So converted mana cost is 3 and 4. Okay, 4 for the crackling there Drake. Selective Snare. Okay, so this might be better. Okay, let me just exchange one of the Surge Mares with the Selective Snare. Can I? And also, what was something that I introduced into this thing? Oh, nothing. Surge Mare, Spell Pierce, Storm Tamer, Tyramander, Benthic Biomancer. Okay, so that was like my only alteration. I believe it's okay. Submit. I have no idea. It's so difficult to understand what's happening there. So post-mage, my first and very well respected opponent from the traditional, from my first traditional ever, and just pump the temperature. So I have something to start with, and this guy is a wizard, so I don't have too much of an island. I have an opt, which is probably something, and I have a shack here, so that was definitely a mistake. And also for my starting hand, this seems to be a bad mistake, because I could have just you know, I wanted to get into the Wizard's Retorts sooner. An island, okay, I need one. Well, yes, I will pick up an island. I don't care. I'm gonna pick up an island because I need one. And it's his turn. I have one Spell Pierce and Discovery, so that's where I'm gonna use it. And well, does he have any cancellation? He has one more mana. Does he have any creature? So now I have an island and I have 3 Wizard Retorts. So this is like very silly, and I didn't gain a tempo because okay, this island, I believe this is my ability to get some tempo, but this ability is, you know, quite limited, because I mean a tempo, I believe, is if I okay, now this is where I'm gonna use it. Crackling Drake, you shall not pass. So one more so I would like to have that piece of benthic biomancer, of course, kicking him all that time, and even putting the essence captures +1/+1 on him. And it's so bad that I don't have it. So bad. I'm only limited on, you know, such a passive defense, and I believe that's not a tempo that I need. Like, oh, did he like ignored anything? He saved his mana. So what does it mean? He only has, okay, obviously he doesn't have more lands, but it's, you know, it's not how it should be. Should have been charter course. Okay, he doesn't have anything to play, but charter course is like something that, especially in this occasion when he has to discard something, is, I guess, a bit under, has a bit of an undervalue, not an extra value, not the added value, but at least, in opposite, it has a bit of an undervalue. So he dropped a land, and he uses opt because he really has nothing to play or whatever. And now finally he probably has 5 decent cards, and I have nothing. I have a bit of a, like, okay, so this is good. This is good, especially because I have 8 lands and I have a Wizard's Retort. Now the most important thing is for him to not to kill it. Because I believe it might be like the one more time when I played something too fast, because he has like, he collected like dozens of removals, well, his type of removals. Okay, so what was it? Entrancing Melody, gain control. Well, wasn't it a bit way too optimistic? Because I have my Wizard's Retort, and I think I can cancel it. What does he have for just 1 mana? It can kill my Tempest Gene. Nothing. And, well, now it's unfortunately, but I can only block his creatures. And good thing is that I'm like just one move from something. Oops, one move, which is also 1 lava coil from something. And now, like, starts gain, discovery. Okay, he has like a ton of that blue-red stuff, and that lava coil was stupid. But my Tempest Gene made an impact. Okay, Pteramander. And the good thing is that I believe I can do this. It's like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes 3 to adapt. And of course I'm gonna adapt. So it's like a small Tempest Gene. And unfortunately I don't have any like Wizard's Removal or something, but I have an Essence Capture. And this is what I'm gonna use. For sure. This is my only way to get out. And you thank you, Noxious. And good game post mage. You know, I'm really happy with it. I have a card, and it's a Druid of Horns. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my headphones once again. So I'm gonna play I'm gonna do some, you know, I'm gonna eat some drink some tea. So, let me check. Radamathis. Nice to meet you. So, he decided to mulligan, and well, shall I? If I have just one island and a Tiramander and a Curious Obsession, shall I go for it? Shall I risk for it? If I manage to, well, maybe he doesn't have so much lands on his own. I don't know. I don't know if it is a bad practice. So, shall I always mulligan when I have one island? I don't know. Let it be my lucky draw when you have like an island each turn, and he has like a hallowed fountain. Okay, first island is good. Now, what do I have for the first thing? He didn't have any mana, so I can safely put this thing out. I believe, or not. It depends on his lands. So he has like a lot of double lands. I don't know how to call it. And now Curious Obsession, which is a must for me. So I believe, because I need more lands, and if I got stalled on, let's say, one island or two islands, if I have no more islands, then it's gonna be a bad thing. So my goal is just to get at least one island for this Curious Obsession, plus maybe the card that he's gonna spend to cancel it. But I was ready to use my Spell Pierce. So now let's attack. And I want an island. Please. Okay, it was one more Termander. Well, anyway, I still have like the next move to get my island. Just let's hope that we'll be able to counter his spell. It's gonna be an ideal scenario. Okay, he doesn't have anything. So now let's attack. And hope for the island, please. Don't. Oh shit, it's a Spell Pierce. Okay. So I'm going to put out a Siren Storm Tamer. Because otherwise. Okay, counter it, syncopate, resolve. Okay, actually, I'm not so afraid of being syncopated, but I'm afraid of being, with no mana, and this is bad because he has a treasure map, and it's a good thing that he has it, and that's maybe just how am I able to keep up with him, because otherwise, okay, an island. Hail to the island, all hail to the island. And I still have one more Spell Pierce. And I guess I'm starting to dream about winning like this particular game, not the match, but the game. Okay, an island, and I have like an Essence Capture and a Spell Pierce and a Merfolk Trickster, so I don't have to put anything out yet, because I can put a Merfolk Trickster in the end of his move in order to improve my like hallowed fountains, Pendle Grove, like blue, white and green. And I'm already starting to think, well, how shall I be lucky enough to deal with him the next game? But well, It's not over yet, and it's traditional, so let's focus on the current game and enjoy it. So, shall I put this thing now? I believe I should, because, well, I'm a tempo player, I'm not I. So, that's how I should play. Of course he has something. As long as I have a spell pierce, I can cancel something not very scary. Now, is this something that I'm afraid of? I think that I have a lot of spell pierces, so let me just spell pierce this thing. So at least it's like 2 damage for the Merfolk Trickster. And I don't know which are his cards. I don't know what else do I have. I'm gonna have. And I need something like a Siren Stone Tamer or something like that. Something that can cancel, but I have no. So now we don't have too many things there. We have an Essence Capture, and shall we put out a Tempest Gene or just 2 Termanders or what? Because like a Tempest Gene is something that makes him take it into account. And I have more genes, so I think I shall put it. And just now I don't know, and I guess I save this thing just for making him think twice. Oh, so good, Radamathis. I'm so happy. So I have no idea about his deck, and I think even if it's something that I have no idea about, there is like a negate and Surge Mayor, and there is a green color. So anyway, I think that I shall save this thing just as it is, and I don't want him to think that I'm like, he has a lot of gates. Do I need so many essence captures? Maybe I shall exchange some of them, because I didn't even saw his spell, so maybe he doesn't have so many of creatures. So shall I just exclude one of them and use negate instead? So it's a little bit of the alteration. Oh, what's going on? Okay, he's sideboarding it. He's ready. Radamathis, let the strongest win in this battle. This thing is very hot and it has a lot of spices inside, so I sort of betted, but now I don't have anything to start with, so I believe now I shall mulligan and hope for the best. Okay, so here we have like 2 islands, 3 islands. Do we need more? Do we need more islands or not? I guess we need 3 islands at least, so it's okay. So we have our 3 islands, we have our spell pierce, and he has his team vents, and I gambled a little bit from my teacher Noxious. Thank you, Noxious. Actually, you know, Noxious Merchant and Legend VD, and I forgot, I'm sorry, because I might have forgot somebody, but those are my only inspirations in playing Magic, because without them there is nothing to do basically. I don't know what to do without them, especially Noxious for providing so many those tempo. Okay, I'm gonna wait. So last time the tempo was not so big, so I forgot his deck. Oh my god. I guess those guys, when they play, they remember everything, and I see, okay, I see that I have like some removals. I have wizard retorts. Unfortunately, I don't have no wizard, so I must pay 3 mana for each of them, but I have 3 mana now, and I have also a spell pierce to counter something that is feasible to counter this way. So now, wizard retort, Tempest Gene, Surge Mare. I guess it's time for a Gene. It's not so like, okay, he has like, I forgot, he has a lot of counter spells. He has absorbs. Okay, I'm not gonna let him absorb. And maybe this is like an exchange. Spell pierce and absorb and something that he's gonna use in order to finally cancel my Tempest Gene. So maybe it was like one, okay, Reclamation. Wow, that was probably a very good thing. Yes, this is a good thing. Is he gonna be able to... Oh my god. He's gonna start, you know, he's gonna start opting. He basically has twice as many mana as me now with the Wilderness Reclamation. It says that it's like uncommon, but is it only uncommon? I don't know. It seems so good. Anyway, I have like four turns. First, done. I have 2 wizard retorts. I'm gonna let him do this thing, or no? It's a jump start. Yep, it's better to let him do this thing. Let him draw some lands. Let him draw some, I don't know what. I don't know what the hell he has yet in his deck. He did not show me. But I don't think there are a lot of creatures. So if I have an, okay, an enchanted land, more mana, 3 life. Don't want to give him any life. So and now it's like a treasure map. Okay. He has really tons of mana, and how did I even survive against him in the first game? I don't have so many mana. So +2, +2, +2, -2. Shall I leave 3 mana for cancelling? Probably yes. The point of make a damage. The point of those +2. Okay. He allows me to draw a card. Okay, let you do your chemist's tricks. I need 1 more removal. I think. I need 1 removal at least. So, of course, yes. Opt. Shall I discard an island because I don't need more power? And opt. Let me opt because I have an island. Don't need this thing. Done. Tiramander. So, well. Like, is it better to put this thing out or to keep the Wizard's Retort? I'd like to have a Tiramander out. It's like something that can adapt, I guess. 1, 2, 3, and like a lot of islands here. So he has to like kill like 3 things. But I guess it's some kind of a risk because I have no Wizard's Retort anymore, and maybe this is like my mistake. So it depends. Like, I'm putting all my cards on the table. Well, actually, maybe it was a bit stupid, but things that I'm afraid of are like Cleansing Novas, etc., etc. Actually, I think if he has a Cleansing Nova, then basically it's better to just tap out, gain control forever. Oh shit. But he doesn't have any island, has he? Does he? He doesn't have any island. So at least this thing. Now, this is tapped so far. He's gonna untap it, is it? Does he? Will he? Okay, of course he untaps it. Oh, he didn't untap it. So, like, Ptyramander. Okay. Surge Mage. And let's hope for... Woohoo! Radamathis! Thank you. I don't know, your deck did not show anything like at all. I think it showed just tons of mana, but it gave me like my second win in my first time ever traditional and a Sarah's Angel. I think it's good. So just let me maybe open this thing, or maybe not. I want it to be really, you know, really well cooked. So is word infused a correct word? But sure. I'm feeling bad, but I think each day it's a little bit better than before. Yeah. Maybe it started just yesterday or today, these positive dynamics, but I think today we have this positive dynamics. So I'm eating some sandwiches with Armenian cheese. It's called like chana. Alejandro, ¿qué tal? Bom dia. No removals, but I think some Pteramanders. Just to start with. Alright. Wild growth, Walker. I cannot do anything. He's green-black. So bad. Have no mana. Sick Squire. Oh no. He's gonna put a counter on him and on himself too. Okay, I think I'm sort of morally exhausted now. Let me just relax and enjoy the game, because I think I started to focus on the result too much, way too much. I should not. Just enjoy the game. So this guy is gonna block some damage, but nobody makes me play it immediately. Let's just check what we have. At first, so I can put this thing, a search mare, cannot be blocked by green creatures. Wow, and he has, like, this is green. So I have dive down in order to counter possibly something like that. Okay, so that was nice. Well, how much does it cost? Just 2 mana. You can have like one more cast down and you see. Okay, an island and a Pteramander, or what? 2 Pteramanders or a Tempest Gene. 2 Pteramanders. Let me play an Essence Capture. Tempest Gene is more like enforcing, but I only have 1 dive down. I think Tempest Gene is nice because I have 1 dive down. Or he might be having some creatures. Maybe that was stupid. Maybe I should have saved for his creatures. But let's see. What does he have? Vivian Reed. Oh shit. Oh shit. It ain't good. But she's gonna destroy it. And isn't it like topic for like getting rid of Vivienne herself? Okay, because what is she able to do now? Nothing. And we are going to kick her out. caress out immediately. Nobody's gonna block the Tempest Gene, and Vivian is done. And now we can do some Pteramander magic. So we're going to attack her. Okay, don't want her to make more mess. And I can allow myself to play 2 Pteramanders. And now the essence capture is going to, I'm gonna put it on my Surge Maya probably, I don't know. So now it's the opposite thing. Oh no, Assassin's Trophy. Well, of course. Of course, he had his right, Alejandro had his right to do this thing. And does he have more spells? So many essence captures where he already laid down. Okay, so no, at least we're gonna block this thing. And which of those shall we improve? Like Curious Obsession, dive down at 3, and I'll be able to put one on a, I think, a Surge Mare, because it's gonna like, it can attack every turn actually. Okay, an island. Pteramanders is evolving because like it's +4. We have nothing more, but we dealt some damage. And we can actually draw a card and discard it because it's an island. Unfortunately, it does not improve our amount of cards on our hand. So he has like 1 card. He can attack what he wants to. Only 4 damage. What is this card? Alejandro! Que bom! Muito bom. And now let's try to think what is important. Like, I think this was like almost perfect. No? Don't you think so? So, I think I'm done already. I think this should work nice against him. I think so. So, Alejandro made some changes, I believe. And let's check. So, I didn't make any change. And I have a starting hand. I think the problem of his deck in the previous game was his lack of something that he could have done with flyers. And once again, I forgot his deck. I remember only Vivian Reed. Okay, so nothing to do. An island. Merfolk Trickster on the last phase of his next turn. Okay, it's better that it explores alone. Unlike the last time. To end of the combat, and I need this thing in order to be able to retort something effectively. So I think I'm like putting an island here and putting a Curious Obsession on him, or no? I can dive down and retort now. I probably shall do it now, I believe. Okay, it might be not the best card to put a Curious Obsession onto, but we need more cards to block Vivian Reed, and we need to maybe to start kicking his face, you know, right into face. Reclamation Sage. So, is it dangerous or not? Shall I be using my retort on it? Oh, I think yes. I still want my Curious Obsession next move to give me one more card. So I'm gonna be using Tempest Gym next time. I mean, I'm gonna be probably drawing it out after I have this card. And this is one more Tempest Gym, so there are no questions. Tempest Gym go out and maybe draw out his removal or something. Okay, he's gonna cast down this thing. I do not agree. Okay, I know he has two cast downs, but let him spend another cast down on, I don't know, on a Tempest Gene. If he has. He might not be having it. So let's kick him. He shall be blocking it. I mean, the Trickster, in order to cancel the Curious Obsession. And this is actually not so good for me. But the point is that he doesn't have anything like with power of the mass removal. I don't know, maybe it was a mistake. Maybe there is some mass removal spell he might use. It's Vraska's Contempt. Okay, it's fair. It's fair to remove Vraska's Gene with the Vraska's Contempt. Because, like, now he has to sacrifice his elves because of the Curious Obsession's power. Otherwise, I would have drawn a card, and who knows what it might have been. But now I have a Spell Pierce, and it's a GG. Is it? Yoo-hoo! Well, thank you, Alejandro. Gracias. It was a really, really nice. A really, really nice game. Raging Swordtooth. Well, I like this card. Okay, so maybe I will finish the stream next time, but wow, Noxious. I'm so happy with this experience. Thank you, what? Like 1,000 times. I'm gonna donate when I have spare money. Currently I'm just F2P, and also of course F2P YouTube watcher.